Alright, let's think about this. What would you do if you had tons of money? Get yourself a yacht with a mansion on it and literally sleep on a bed of cash? Hey, if you're an Indian billionaire, that's just one of many bizarre ways you can spend your fortune. As for the others, well, counting down from number 11, a gold shirt. Datta Phuge, an entrepreneur from Pune, India, must have really had a taste for gold. I mean, back in 2013, the man hired 15 craftsmen who worked almost non-stop for 16 days to make him a shirt that consisted entirely of gold. The shiny shirt was made up of more than 14,000 pieces of 22-karat gold and, naturally, had some weight to it, around 7.3 pounds. Any guess as to how much a garment like this is worth? How about $240,000 at the time? Phuge later admitted that he loved gold since childhood and always wore a lot of jewelry made of this precious metal. Yeah, but this gives a whole new meaning to the phrase wearing gold. Number 10. A bulletproof car. With a net worth of $54.2 billion, oil and gas tycoon Mukesh Ambani is India's richest man. Oh, and you'll see his name again today, trust me. But first of all, let's talk about his car, a super sleek Mercedes-Benz. With its elongated shape, you might mistake it for a limo. But it's not the appearance and that luxury logo on it that makes this car interesting. First of all, Ambani's car is heavily armored. Not only is it bulletproof, this vehicle can even shield bomb explosions. As you may guess, that level of security didn't come without a hefty price tag. $1.6 million for this bad boy. Oh, by the way, for safety reasons, the car has a top speed limit of 100 miles an hour. But who needs a speed away from danger when your car is pretty much indestructible, you know? Number 9. A Ferrari Drive. Going for a drive in a Ferrari doesn't seem too absurd, until you find out that this was one super-rich Indian father's idea of a birthday present for his 9-year-old son. The man let his kid drive his Ferrari F430 around their neighborhood as fast as he wanted. Naturally, the man got in some legal trouble for his ill-advised birthday surprise. But interestingly enough, the boy's mom was proud of her little guy. She said that not everyone can say they were behind the wheel of a Ferrari at such a young age. Well, I think most people can't say they were ever behind the wheel of a Ferrari, period. Number 8. A Diamond-Studded Handbag. You've already heard about Mukesh Ambani and his bulletproof, bomb-proof Mercedes. But I think his wife deserves a spot on today's list for her love of lavish things, like handbags covered in diamonds. She has a super exclusive bag that's decorated with 334 diamonds and 18-karat white gold. Chanel made just 13 of these bags, and Nita Ambani is the owner of one of them. Oh yeah, and the bag costs about $261,000. Just let that sink in for a minute. Number 7. Priceless Water. You've likely heard that cricket is super popular in India, and cricket players are some of the best paid athletes. One of the most famous among them is Virat Kohli, a man who's known for his fitness routine. Believe it or not, the athlete drinks only Evian water that's imported from France. The price of just one 33-ounce bottle can range from $9 to $30. And since Kohli is very particular about the volume of water he drinks every day, I'll let you crunch the numbers to figure out how much money he spends just to stay hydrated. Number 6. A bed of cash. A rich man from Tripura had a very unusual childhood dream, and he finally fulfilled it one day. Samar Achari withdrew $29,000 worth of rupees, that's the currency of India, and made a bed from the bundles of cash. I guess he can cross that off his to-do list. Number 5. A Private Boeing. And back to Mukesh Ambani and his peculiar talent for spending loads of money. This guy seriously deserves a video of his own. But for now, let's talk about his private jet. Before purchasing this personal airplane, India's richest man bought his wife a $60 million Airbus for her birthday. Only after that, Ambani got himself a $73 million Boeing. It's one of the most expensive and luxurious private jets in the world. And if you ever get a chance to step inside one of these models, you might think you've just walked into a fancy hotel room. It has private suites, an executive lounge, a boardroom, and seats that can fit 78 passengers. This plane sounds like a dream, but there's more to come from the Ambani family. Just you wait. Number 4. An Unforgettable Wedding. Back in 2013, the famous Spanish city of Barcelona came to a near standstill when Pramod Mittal, the younger brother of the Indian steel tycoon Lakshmi Mittal, celebrated his daughter's wedding. The 26-year-old bride, Shrishti, was marrying investment banker Gulraj Bell. The wedding cost the happy father as much as $73 million. You think a wedding with a price like that would look like a real-life fairy tale? Well, yeah, it does actually. First of all, the couple got married in one of the most famous museums in Spain, the National Museum of Catalan Art. More than 500 guests arrived from India and Thailand. Besides, during the 3-day extravaganza, a helicopter hovered over the city to take pictures of the event. Roads were also closed in the area. Dom Perignon champagne was flowing, the wedding cake weighed 132 pounds, and Michelin star chefs were responsible for preparing the meals. Oh boy! Number 3. A chopper as a wedding gift. Another breathtaking Indian wedding took place in 2011, when Congress leader Kanwal Singh Tanwar's son married Sukhbir Singh Janapuria's daughter. Wow, that's a tongue twister. Apparently, the whole event cost about $36 million, making it one of the most expensive weddings ever. More than 30,000 guests arrived. 12 giant TV screens broadcast the wedding live, and it had taken 40 days and 1,000 workers to get everything set up before the big day. Famous Bollywood stars like these guys served as the entertainment. What about the wedding gifts, you ask? Well, I guess it's enough to say that the groom's favorite gift was a new helicopter. Number 2. A floating palace. So, now you know about Mukesh Ambani's car, personal jets, and his wife's shiny bag. Well, what's left? Ah, yes, his yacht. This floating palace is equipped with anything you can imagine. Let's see. There's an elevator which leads directly to the owner's suites, as well as a piano bar, a lounge, a reading room, and a dining area. On top of all that, this 190-foot long and 125-foot wide beauty has a retracting solar glass roof. Rumor has it that the yacht's price could be in the $100 million ballpark or even more. And number 1. A private skyscraper. And finally, the number 1 spot on today's list of big spenders in India goes to… any guesses? Yep, it's Mukesh Ambani again. Only this time, you'll get to know his private skyscraper in Mumbai. No, it's not for some company he owns. It's literally a 27-story private residence. It even has a name, Bob. No, it's Antilla, and the whole Ambani family lives there. The estimated cost of this high-rise home is about $1 billion. After Buckingham Palace, this 550-foot tall Antilla is the most expensive residential property on this planet. He must be so proud. You might be wondering why a 27-story building is being called a skyscraper. After all, it's not that high when you compare it to other skyscrapers. But the thing is that all the floors in the building have super high ceilings. That's why other constructions of the same height have around 60 floors. By the way, every single floor of the building is different from the others. Antilla houses a multi-story garage where you can park 168 cars. And with Ambani's vast car collection, that comes as no surprise. In fact, 6 of the 27 floors accommodate just the Ambani's family vehicles. There are 9 high-speed elevators and 3 helipads on the skyscraper. This mind-blowingly expensive residential property also has a home theater for 50 people, a beauty salon, a health spa, a ballroom, several swimming pools, a yoga room, and a snow room. Yeah, you heard me right. It's a room where you can find artificial snow at any time of the day or night, whether there's someone in there at the moment or not. And finally, it's said that more than 600 staff members live in Antilla at all times to maintain the huge building and its facilities. I just can't help but wonder what kind of bills show up each month just to keep the place running. So, which of these bizarre billionaire spending habits surprised you the most? Let me know down in the comments. And don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, share it with your friends, and hit that subscribe button to stay on the bright side of life.